Hello and welcome back to Let's Play Luigi's Mansion. At the end of the last episode, we obtained the Ice Elemental Medal, allowing us to now use the Ice Element within our Poltergust 3000. And I also left things off on a little bit of a cliffhanger, kind of funny. I've been kind of wanting to do that for this series, and I'm going to continue to do that. So just kind of bear with me here. It may be a little cringe, but I like it, so I'm going to do it. But last time, at the end, we left off in this bathroom, and as you can see, it is currently occupied. Somebody's taking a shower, but if we expose them by opening up the shower curtain, you will notice it is revealed to be another portrait ghost. This is Miss Petunia, and as you can see, she is not happy that we exposed her in the middle of her private time. Ah, piping hot shower. So what we want to do in order to weaken her is, of course, spray her with ice, because like Egad told us before, you can do that to even cool down a hot shower, and that will open her up, allowing us to capture her. Miss Petunia is, in my opinion, one of the harder ghosts, so I actually went back and saved, which is why you saw me climbing back up the stairs and re-entering this door, even though I was just here, because I wasn't confident I was going to get her in one shot. So now that we have her, it looks like we finally did it. Now that we have her captured, and looks like we got a golden frame for it, we are good to go here. So yeah, she is, just fair warning, she and this was not my first attempt. I just want to say that it took me a couple of tries. That's why I saved. But yeah, she's a little bit harder. Maybe not as hard as maybe Biff Atlas and some of the other ghosts coming up later. But I would say she is definitely not a walk in the park. You just mainly just want to get her in the corner and really just kind of hold down the stick in the opposite direction, especially if she tries to pull you pretty far. So. But clearing this bathroom is going to give us another key, so that's very good indeed, because we are going to need it in order to progress. And it looks like, so we still have a door that's open right in front of us, but that key is actually going to take us back down to the first floor. So we're actually going to head there right now. We're not going to worry about that door yet. We can go in that other door and do, take on what's in there, but for now we're going to do things a little bit differently. So walking through this hallway, there's actually something I'm waiting to have spawn, and it is actually another golden mouse. This is another 20% chancer, so I want to kind of just go back and forth and make sure it does spawn. All right, so now that I am going back through, hopefully I can get it to spawn this time. There's that chime, very cool. Where's he at? There he is. Very nice. We just now got another golden mouse. It is in this hallway again. The hallways, I think, are the hardest ones as far as the ones that are 20% chance to spawn, because you have to kind of walk quite a bit of a distance back and forth to even have a chance of it spawning. So that can be kind of annoying. But it does drop a blue colored stone, so very nice. We're going to add that to the collection. That's going to make number 7. And we'll go ahead and take a look at our map. And there's another staircase there. We can go up another floor, but if you notice, nothing we can do up there. The door is locked, the closest door to the stairs once we get up there, so nothing for us up there quite yet, but maybe a little bit later. Alright, so went ahead and went back into the rec room so we can take this mirror warp back to the main lobby of the mansion. Just a little bit of an easier way to get back to the first floor. It's very nice. We'll go through the doors once again. And we are actually now going to head over to where that door is that we needed the key for. So let's go ahead and go in there right now. We're getting this thing done, man. This mansion has been lit up pretty progressively here, so we're kind of making it a little bit more homey, if you will. We have now entered the billiards room. If you tap on this chair in the very corner of the room down here, you will find a speedy spirit. It's very nice. I'm glad I got him. And he's going to drop us yet again another blue colored stone. So we're going to pick that up, and then we're going to add some more collectibles to the list here. So very nice. We're getting very, very close in our, kind of wrapping it up here as far as collectibles go. But now we have another portrait ghost. I'm going to scan his heart. No, I didn't mean to do that crap. I didn't mean to scan the mirror. Did not mean to do that. I was trying to go for his heart. No, I want to scan his heart. Okay, I'm going to scan his heart this time. There we go. You want some of this? So this is Slim Bankshot. He is the next portrait ghost up for grabs. What we want to do here is, as you can see, he is obviously busy playing a game of pool here. However, if you go ahead and wait for the pool balls to be thrown into the air, they will kind of fly around a little bit, a little spooky. And we essentially just want to use the Poltergust 3000 to suck them up in a very similar fashion to how we did it back in the nursery when we had to chuck balls at Chauncey's head. But this time around, you want to chuck 3 pool balls at Slim Bankshot's head. And that will, of course, allow him to be vulnerable enough to be captured by our Poltergust 3000. So one interesting fact about Slim Bankshot is he is actually another optional Poltergust. So yeah, so he is an optional one in this game, in this version. I'm playing the GameCube version. So a fun fact is, if you are playing this, and as you can see, he's now weakened because we've hit him 3 times. 3 times is a charm. Fairly easy. You just want to get him in a corner once again and just hold this control stick in the opposite direction like crazy. Man, looks like we're going to get him. Very nice. He's pretty easy. But what I was saying is, if you're playing this game, oh man, crap. If you're playing this game on the 3DS version, this guy is actually required, believe it or not. So that was actually a big difference between this version, the GameCube, and the 3DS version. In this version, he is optional. In the 3DS version, he is required. So just kind of keep that in mind. Depending on what version you're playing of this game, or if anyone that might happen to be playing this while watching my playthrough, just keep that in mind. But we're going to go ahead and suck the rest of his HP down. We got him down far enough on the first go to get a golden frame and a giant pearl. So I am happy with that. And we have lit up the billiards room. So the billiards room is pretty cool, actually. There's a giant mirror, obviously, right there that we, unfortunately, were not able to avoid on accident. But there's also a giant ceiling fan, similar to the one we saw back at the master bedroom where Lydia resided. But if you, of course, blow it with the Poltergust 3000 long enough, you will be able to, of course, obtain some more valuables. And, of course, we also have another Boo hidden in here, and it looks like he's in the table, and, of course, it would be Boo-hoo. I feel like that's an obvious name that they were just dying to use, and this was the one game they had to do that with as far as giving one of the Boos that name. Kind of, not really that great of a name, but it does make sense. You kind of had to see that coming when they, you know, obviously felt like they were kind of running out of names by this point. So, but we went ahead and picked up another silver diamond since Slim Bankshot, of course, is one of the optional ghosts, and all of the optional portrait ghosts will drop you a silver diamond inside of the chest, of course, once you light the room up. Looks like we just have a decoy there, and it looks like, I don't know if you even take damage from those bombs. I was pretty close, I think close enough to take damage, but I did not. But it is now time to head into this next room, and this is actually the projection room. This is one of my favorite rooms of the mansion, in my opinion. This is one of the coolest rooms, other than the well, I did like the I like the butler's room, but I also like the giant mirror room where we got the fire element. I really thought that was cool. But this one kind of takes a similar gimmick from the mirror room, except as you can see, once you activate the projector, you will essentially have to rely on the giant projector screen in order to locate the ghosts, because yeah, they're actually invisible again. Of course, you can kind of basically see pretty obviously where they are spawning by the little steam that they let off, you know, when they, you know, spawn in the room. But it's kind of cool to go closer to that projector, and you can see not only the ghost shadow, but also Luigi's shadow. So that's kind of cool. That they kind of added that little creepy element, because again, we're in a haunted mansion, and you know, it's a game with a large emphasis on like the creep factor, because everything's very haunted and dark, and there's, you know, nothing but ghosts that are inhabiting this place. So it only makes sense to have a room like this where, you know, it kind of reminds you of like an old classic horror film, where somebody's like in a room and you see a shadow behind them, but there's no physical being actually there. It's just a shadow. So I like this idea. I think it's very cool, and that's essentially what makes it one of my favorite rooms in the mansion. But for doing that, we have uncovered a red treasure chest. This one's a little bit smaller, so I don't think we're going to get an elemental medal out of that. Believe it or not, we actually have all of the elemental medals in the game. There's only 3 of them. We have the fire, the water, and the ice. Just wanted to kind of clarify that in case anybody is not aware of that. But here we're going to find another Boo, and this is Shamboo. Actually, not too bad of a name. Only 50 HP, not too bad. We're going to go ahead and suck him up, but I do believe we're going to find the other Boo in here as well.
Well done, Luigi, my boy. This time I have a special bit of information for you. You've seen some small ghosts other than the Boos, haven't you? Well, I'm pretty sure they're ghosts freed from the paintings of the ghost artist Van Gogh. I had a passel of trouble the first time I captured him. I know the artist strived to give life to the canvases, but this guy brought ghosts to life every time he picked up a brush. Okay, now send me the Boo data and all the data you have.
All right, so yeah. So EGAD is now going to periodically drop us hints every time we capture a Boo now. I don't think he does this every single time from here on out, but he will kind of give you a little bit of information that is useful, and again, more foreshadowing for later on in the game. And of course, here was Boo-hoo. Kind of knew that he was in here since he clearly went in this direction. We'll go ahead and capture him, and that's going to add another boo to the list. So very nice. We are not even halfway done with the boos, so there's quite a bit of boos left in the mansion to find. But of course, there are several rooms, even 2 floors of this place we have not completely scoped out yet. So, but in this chest, as you can see, we have found Mario's glove. Ew, it's a little sweaty. It's kind of gross, but it's our brother's, so we have to keep it. But if you remember back at Madame Clairvoyant's room, in the fortune teller room, she told us that we needed to find some dropped objects to give to her, and she will tell us a fortune about them. So I think it's time to go ahead and do that, because if you remember, we have not only the glove, but we also found Mario's hat as well as a letter. So I think it's time to take these 3 dropped items that we have found to Madame Clairvoyant and see what she has to say about them. Don't you think? Luigi's looking a little creeped out, but yeah, I think he knows what time it is. It's time to go get our fortune told. And as you can see, this first floor is actually completely cleared out other than the one room, which is of course the fortune teller room. The second floor has a little bit more work to do. We have our work cut out for us up there, but it's cool to see a lot of progress done already. So yeah, so we have pretty much cleared the first floor out other than the fortune teller room. And obviously there's still a little bit of mystery with that because Madame Clairvoyant isn't really a typical portrait ghost. She's not really attacked us. She's actually kind of helped us and or at least offered to help us in the game. So I'm not sure what we're going to do about her. She doesn't seem like somebody we need to capture right now since she's kind of on our side. So we'll kind of deal with that a little bit later. But for now, we're going to see if we can maybe scope out a little bit more money in some of these vases. There's sometimes money in there. But we're going to go ahead and head back to the fortune teller room so we can see what she has to say about Mario's various lost objects. So let's check this out. Man, it's so weird to be on this floor and have everything lit up besides this one room. It's crazy. But now that we've activated Madame Clairvoyant, what is this object you have here? Show it, please, to Madame Clairvoyant. What is this? If it isn't Mario's glove, aha, still damp with the sweat of the living. Ew. Just one moment. Did I just say Mario? Could it be that Mario? Ah, I see now. Well, I see everything, so I saw it before, but now I really see it. So you are the brother of the famous Mario, and you have come to this place to find him. Well, aren't you a good little brother? Excuse me, I don't laugh much. Oh, they come. Now the spirits come. Come, spirits of power. Come, spirits of sight. Show me the awful things occurring here tonight. Crystal orb, symbol of my clan. Use your darkening power to show us all you could. I mean, can. Show us as Mario. The light of the spirits come. Show us what we speak, what we seek. Oh, I see that your Mario lives. Well, he is not in the spirit world, but one cannot say he is alive. Excuse me, sorry, where is he? Where is he now? The spirits fall silent. This is all I can tell you for now. Bring me another clue and I will show your brother to you. This clue no longer speaks to us. Alright, so we have 2 more items, so that's not a problem. What is this object you have here? Show it, please, to Madame Clairvoyant. What is this? If it isn't Mario's letter, give it to me. I will read it at once. I'm sure it's okay. I'm a licensed letter reader. What? Let's see. Look out for booze, Luigi. Is that all? Not a novelist or Mario. This must have been written in quite a hurry. They come. Now the spirits come. Come, spirits of power. Come, spirits of sight. Show me the awful things occurring here tonight. Crystal orb, symbol of my clan. Use your darkening power to show us all you could. I mean, can. Show us all you can. Show us this Mario. The light of the spirits comes. Show us what we seek. Your Mario is in prison, but where? Where is he being held? Yes, a painting? Your Mario has been in prison within a painting. My orb shows an odd altar, and come on, you stupid orb. Yes, above it, your Mario, trapped in a painting. We kind of already knew that. I cannot concentrate. The spirits are leaving me. If you wish to know more of your Mario, bring more of his dropped items. Well, luckily enough, we have one more. Show. What is this object you have here? Show it to Madame Clairvoyant. Well, what is this? If it isn't Mario's hat, why it's so clean, as if someone just washed it. Sorry, sometimes I like to add a little drama, you know. Of course you do. They come. Now the spirits come. Come, spirits of power. Come, spirits of sight. Show me the awful things occurring here tonight. Crystal orb, symbol of my clan. Use your darkening power to show us all you could. I mean, can. Show us all you can. Show us this Mario. The light of the spirits comes. Show us what we seek. Listen, can you hear it? The inner voice of your sweet beloved Mario. Oh, horrors. What is this? A king? King Boo? What is this King Boo? I do not understand just what he means, but beware of King Boo. This is what your brother wishes to say to you. Oh yes, a Boo, who wears a crown. I see, this is King Boo, so he is the one who has captured your Mario. Ah, I can say no more. All right, so basically, yeah, that's all she's going to give us for now. She kind of goes back to the same little prompt that we had in the beginning, and yeah, she feels no more spiritual vibrations right now. But if we want to know more about Mario, of course, we need to bring her more dropped items, which means that can only mean that there are more dropped items to find in the mansion. So very nice. We actually have about half of them. So we only have a couple more left to find, but I'm not going to spoil what they are or where they are, but we will find them very soon. But now I think it's time to go back up to the second floor because we, of course, have some unfinished business to deal with up there. So back on the second floor, if you remember, there was one door we could still go into without a key. I think it's time to go ahead and do just that, shall we? Let's do it. All right, we have a nice creepy little chair, and it looks like this is Nana's room, and I think I just saw a glimpse of her back there, kind of creepy. If we activate this chair, another speedy spirit will be uncovered, and that's going to make number 9. So we have just 6 more of those guys left to find. I cannot believe we already have 9 of those guys. They are not easy to find, especially if you have no idea where they are. So I'm very much proud of myself as far as that goes. She's just casually doing her little knitting thing. Let's see what her heart has to say. Hey, it's a funny man. Should I play with him? That's not really an old lady voice, but it's all right. Just want to check that little ceiling thing, my bobber. There's a moldy old journal here. Will you read it? What hilarious trick I played on Miss Petunia today. She jumped into the bathtub after I filled it with ice from the freezer. She actually started shivering pretty badly, and I felt a bit guilty for a second. But Miss Petunia is made of solid stuff. She took a hot shower and felt like new again. Once she warmed up, she wasn't even that mad. Nana, you are a freaking meanie, man. She's so rude to people here. But yeah, apparently that's kind of a hint. If you can come in here before taking on Miss Petunia. So if you don't know, you have to spray her with ice. Miss Petunia in the bathroom across the door. Come in here and you pretty much get a hint there. But we did things, I guess, a little bit out of order, but that's all right. So what we want to do, as you can see, Nana's just kind of chilling here. Ice does nothing to her. None of the other elements do. However, just want to check a few other objects before we do this. What we want to do here is if you see this little basket of her knitting balls, you get it to drop, which I think we don't have to tap on it. There you go. Her knitting balls are going to fall on the floor. That's going to cause her to move around in her chair like a creepy old scary woman. What we want to do is throw the knitting balls at her, just like we did with Slim Bankshot and the baby, because we have to abuse the ghosts to remind them that, them being dead does not excuse them from having peace. They're going to suffer, I guess. So yeah, that's going to weaken her once you throw all 3 of the knitting balls at her, allowing you to capture her. Nana is pretty much cake. There really isn't much to say. Again, just get her into a corner like all the other ghosts. I feel like I'm repeating myself, but that's really the main trick of doing this. And you should eventually get her. I think you can pretty much get a gold frame on the first try with her. She doesn't really give you much of a fight. She is pretty old and elderly, so maybe that's why they designed it that way. But again, nothing too crazy here. You should have no problem at all. But we're going to go ahead and light up the room here now. And we're going to look for another boo, because of course there is one hidden in every room, with the exception, of, I guess, of that washroom right across the hallway there. I don't know why there's not one in there. I don't remember that even being a thing. But apparently there's no boos in the washroom. They don't like them. But here we have Stinky Limbooger. Not a fan of that name at all. But as you can see, this guy has a whopping 100 HP. So we're going to start seeing 3-digit HPs pretty much throughout the rest of this game. I don't even know if there's any boos left that have less than 100 or 80. But fortunately, we found another key in that chest. And that's going to send us to the opposite side of the second floor. So we need to go ahead and head in that direction. But actually, we can't get there from here because I just realized it is actually back on the side of the mansion where we took on the very first portrait ghost in the beginning of the game. But look at this. We have Limbooger, or whatever the hell his name was. Such a weird name. Man, no wonder this guy just has nothing to do but hide in a mansion. He doesn't want anyone to know who he is or what he does, so... we got about half of his HP down, so I think we can get him here. I might have to cut some of these boos and edit some of this out if it takes so long, because they can take quite a long time sometimes, especially if they bounce between walls, so yeah. Oh.
Special bit of information for you, Luigi. Ghosts other than boos will not appear in the direction you're facing. You'll have to sneak on them backwards. I bet you knew that already.
Yeah, he sometimes will drop you hints that you don't really need to know, so, but, you never know. There may be people out there that may need that information, so. But for now, we're going to go ahead and head out of this door because we have some stuff to do on the other side of floor 2. So yeah, we can't get there from here, so we're actually going to have to travel back to the lobby, go up those stairs in the main area, the entrance area of the mansion, to get to where we need to go. And wow, there is a lot of stuff in my way. Holy crap, did they just have a party and not invite me? Because holy cow, this is insane. All right, we're gonna just avoid all that. Yeah, let me check the map again. Yeah, I can't go this way. Yeah, as you can see, second floor is kind of divided, kind of annoying, but you know, we have mirror warps for a reason. At least they give you that. Doesn't really, you know, again, the backtracking isn't really that big of a deal with the mirror warp, so. But now it is time to head over there. So I will see you over on the other side of the second floor. We're actually just going to go into this rec room and use a mirror warp instead of editing this out like I was considering. And of course we are going to use the magic of the mirror warp. And we are now in the central entrance lobby area that I like to call it. So yeah, so let's go ahead and I don't know if I should save. Yeah, I think I'm just going to, because we have another portrait ghost coming up. Should I save? No, I'm just going to go up. So now, if you remember, when you thought you cleared this area out, guess again, we are not done. There's one more room in this hallway that we need to go inside. And it is this door right here that takes us there. As you can see, we have another child's room, and it is the twins room. You remember the twins we heard a little bit about in that book back in the study? Well, if you tap on the bunk bed here, you will find another speedy ghost to start things off with, so that's very interesting. But yeah, so the twins actually live in the, or they're actually located in the room directly next to Chauncey's room. So this is actually the children of Lydia and Nigel. For some reason, you would think they would be in Area 1 with the other ghosts, but for some reason, we take them on in Area 3. Didn't mean to go out that door. I was trying to search that drawer right here by the door. And I did it again. I didn't mean to go out there. Oh my gosh. Okay. Go back in. Let's do this for real now. All right. Open that up. That's what I meant to do. We have a little bit of money inside. I knew there was something in there. But what we need to do now is summon the twins. So they have a lot of toys and stuff on the shelves. So nothing with that. But we have these portraits on the walls. And this is actually the pictures of the two twin boys that we're about to encounter here. So just want to sweep up a little bit more. And if you notice, we don't have exactly a rocking horse moment, but we have a ceiling little decoration here moment, or whatever. I can't remember what these things are called. They're like the little things that hang above children's beds and whatnot. I'm sure nothing creepy is going to be happening here right now.